right there, please.
Camera's good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Questions for Coach Lea?
I'll start us off here. First scrimmage. To be honest with you, we're a little banged up. Some of it is just out of our control. I think we have a few soft tissue issues we're working through, and we've just had some shoulders and some other things that have come up that are part of playing a physical game. My challenge is how to continue to push this team. I think we need to get into better playing shape. But on the whole, I thought the work on the field was good today. There was good back and forth. We got some good situational stuff done. So, hey, we are where we are. I need us to be healthy and use the next couple of days to recover so we can push next week, because we do need to advance here. So, with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
When you say injuries, do you mean guys that are actually hurt and might miss some time if the season were here? Or is this more you've got the analytics and things and know when to give a guy a rest?
I wish it was the second. There's an in-between there. There are guys that are going to miss some camp time that will be available for the first game. It's the balance between, and this is more than y'all want to know probably, but when you're looking at soft tissue stuff, it's guys that are pushing through practice right now, but they're not able to build volume because they're just not physically there yet. And so we're kind of pulling back on them right now to get them back feeling 100% so that we can then build some volume into their rep count and practice so that they're able to play a 4-quarter game. So that's part of it. Again, some of it's like subluxed shoulders, things that are bumps and bruises that will recover probably in the next week. So these guys will get back. I'm thinking Miles Capers, Manny's in that boat. That just takes a little bit of time. So we'll get there. I mean, I love our depth and we're there. And obviously we got really good work done today. It just, I would have liked to maybe built a little more volume into it. And we wanted to be smart because this has got to be about the marathon. So that's it.
How are you feeling about the offense if Diego ever had to miss a game?
Well, I don't know that we've settled yet there. I mean, I felt like, you had flashes of plays from Drew, flashes of plays from Blaze, and the name of the game right now is how do we build that second spot so that we do have that confidence. And fortunately, we're not playing tomorrow, and those guys will get there. They're prideful. I don't think we're obviously where we want to be right now, and so we got to keep Diego healthy, but more importantly, we got to keep developing those guys so that we do feel really good about that by the time we're playing. It's a good question. Yeah.
Specifically with Eli Sowers, AJ Newberry, and Incontinent, anything associated?
So Eli, I would say is kind of in the next week or so. I would imagine he'll be back out in activity. Randon's an example of a guy that's able to practice right now, but we have pulled back on him to try to build some volume. Who was the other person you asked about? Sorry.
AJ Newberry.
AJ is more of a this would be like a load management. And AJ coming off his knee surgery has had some really good days, but just like anything, I mean, he's got days where it's sore and swollen, and so we're just trying to give that enough time to recover. He's obviously an important part of our offense, but that's more of our doing than his.
What can Mason Carter give you on defense?
Well, I mean, he's really come a long way since the wintertime. He's 245 pounds or so now. He's developing an edge to him on the field, and he's a guy that he played a ton today. So I think that's a valuable experience for him. Obviously, when Cape's healthy, we feel great about Cape. Keanu is come in and really established himself as a really great, 1B there. Mason will be a guy that will end up playing meaningful snaps for us this year because inevitably, you need at least 3. And that's a position too where a guy like Nick Rinaldi has helped us there too. But love where Mason is. Thought he got really some great experience out here today. Just need him to keep working and pushing.
Coach, how would you evaluate what the offensive line was able to do today?
We're, since the last, I guess it was the last time we scrimmaged, or went live, and I was disappointed. I think that group is, it's almost like the adversity was galvanizing and they're starting to come together. I think they've done a better job playing 5 as 1 and creating space for the run game. Obviously, it's imperfect. Want to see us eliminate some of those self-imposed negatives. A couple false starts. We had the post-snap penalty offensively there too that led to the missed field goal, and we had a couple exchange issues. And that's usually a two-way street, so that's why you practice. But I think that group's coming along, and I think we have the best O-line coaches in the country. Coach K leading that room, takes a ton of pride in unit building, and obviously we've added some new people, so we have to get those guys aligned. But I see them coming along, and I like the progress we made since the last time we spoke about it.
You were frustrated about pre-snap penalties. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days. You had a lot of those early in the key drives at the first part of the scrimmage. Were those the same family of penalties today, or did you view those a little differently? No,
it's the same. I mean, anytime you're false starting, it's a focus issue. And again, it's just like, how do we have to win? We have to put all the pressure on the opponent, and when you have a drive going and you false start at 5 yards, that's a critical mistake. So a couple of those, again, the post-snap penalty late it's a discipline thing, but on the whole, I thought we were cleaner today. Just all those little mistakes become like you can see in the results of the drives where it kills you. So good teaching, good learning. I think we're cleaning up the play. We're going to continue to make that important, because if we come out against Charleston Southern and we're not putting pressure on them, then we're going to leave it to chance, and this group can't play that way.
How did you feel about the pass?
That a lot of the defense was in already. Do you feel like the offense is kind of starting to establish itself a little bit? But that being said, early in camp.
Yeah, and I think there's been a little more back and forth. I think the offense has had a good couple days, and so yes, they've seen all the looks. They've gotten some comfort in the looks, and now they're doing a better job at the point. But I also thought there was good back and forth there today too. So some of the drives we didn't let finish out just because we were counting reps, but that's what camp should be. Back and forth. We know each other. You want to see. What you want to see is not pass rushers cut loose, or blitzes not picked up, or again pre-snap, post-whistle penalties. What you want to see is just both sides contesting for the ground, down after down. That makes for a good camp. Chris, you got something?
How'd you feel about pass protection today?
I'll have to look at the film, to be honest with you. Sometimes I get caught up in just the situational stuff. I thought we had some good escapes by the quarterbacks, and obviously when the guys are live, you can kind of get a feel for how that down actually plays out. So there was enough space for them to find the windows out of the rush. Obviously there were a couple times where we had unblocked players, which should never happen. So we'll have to look at the film and figure out where the balance is there, but let's just call it inconsistent now as a good coaching term, and we'll circle back on it.
Good day for your receiving room, especially all of your backup guys. How did you feel about the way they played, especially Hoskins and some others? Yeah,
Richie made a couple nice catches. Tristan made a nice catch. That group's going to be okay. I thought they had the double move early. I think that was a junior that we just didn't sync up on. Would have been nice to have seen that one land. But yeah, we got some depth there. We need to get Trent back healthy. That'll be big for them. I thought he was having a good camp, and I would imagine him coming back in the next week or so. But I'm excited about that room, and between Junior, getting Martell back healthy too will be big. Trent. It's going to be a rotation, so it's probably going to be more like 7 or 8, But I think we're close to knowing who the first 5 are, and as long as we're staying healthy, we'll be in good shape there. And then it's about who are those 2 or 3 guys that are going to come in rotational roles to help us. That's how we built it, and that's led to our success in the past. And so that'll be important too.
On the flip side of the wide receiver question, how do you think the secondary performed today?
Again, the double move, I look at that and say, just assume it's caught. How does it get behind us? some more detail in the way our eyes and structure work. Obviously, there were some plays on the ball that I liked. I thought on Richie's touchdown, the post player kind of undercut the play, needs to stay on top. That's a chance for us to intercept. I love the play by Braille Lipford there in 2 minutes. It's just good play, bad play. But I've been impressed. We've got some young players that are playing. I think Dante Carter really stepped up and had a good camp. Carson Lawrence, Van Zell Hinton. I mean, those guys are showing that they're going to be able to help us win. And there's a lot of defense in. So, David Chandler too, I think is really, had a nice camp. And whether or not he's ready this season, I think I'm really excited about his future here. And he's doing a lot right now because, again, we're banged up with Martell sideline, Jordan Matthews sideline, Trudell Berry sideline. Those guys are getting some really great experience. So, again, good play, bad play, that's what you expect. Scrimmage one, on the whole, I think those guys have been consistent. I haven't seen a lot of busts. One of the critical plays in the Virginia Tech game a year ago was a cover two where we didn't have a half-field player and they threw a bubble and go for a touchdown. If you can play a way that eliminates those mistakes, play within structure, keep ball inside and front, you can have success no matter who you play against.
Anything else? All right, thanks,
Thanks,
Chris.
guys. Appreciate y'all being here.
Get the microphone.